You know, preschool education has been talked about quite a bit over the last 2 decades, and you know, every politician, when it comes up, says that they support it. Rarely do you. I haven't heard actually anyone say that they don't support preschool education, early childhood education. The challenge is, again, how do you do it? And I do want to be very specific with you very quickly about how I feel we're going to do this in Wisconsin. Any state that takes the lead on ensuring that families have access to free, high-quality early childhood education, birth to 5 is going to win. Any state that takes the lead on that. There are states that are trying. Kansas and Missouri both are trying to do some things in that area. They've found ways to fund early education all the way to 3-year-olds, but not for everyone yet. Tennessee has also experimented with that. California has talked about it. So states are talking and looking at it. Wisconsin hasn't really had a formal proposal put before it yet about how it could do it. My organization, we started One City with the intention that we would create a model in our state and evaluate it. We just received a $1 million grant from University of Wisconsin's partnership programs. It's called the School of Public Health, where we're going to have for the first 5 years of our longitudinal study evaluated so that we can show people birth to 5 is where the investment should go. What our early data shows now is that for our children that have been with us as young as 2 and 3 years old, there's no achievement gap, absolutely zero. And we have 82% poverty in our school. And so we think that just from that standpoint, that's one thing. The second thing is a lot of families cannot afford early childhood education. Most people that are paying for it are somewhere between the ages of 18 to 34, 35. They're getting started in their careers. They don't have a lot of money. They're still continuing their education. And they're going to go, or they're going to stay where they can access significant resources to help pay for a high-quality program, which costs in Wisconsin somewhere in the neighborhood of $12,000 to $22,000, depending on if you live in a rural area or a city area, and it will cost more if you're paying people well enough to stay in that occupation. Our teachers make a base of $40,000. Nobody makes less than that, and they get full benefits. We give them other kind of perks too, which far exceeds what other preschools in general get in our community. But again, we think it can be done. And then anyone who decides to do this is going to lead on it, and it will save funds on other things that we're spending money on downstream to help solve the problems that we don't spend money on in the beginning.